Hey, what's up? It's your boy Bobby Sapphire. It is time for the KTOD Radio Podcast, episode 34. I've got Justin, Maddie, and Stevie with me. We had 2 weeks off because we were traveling in Minnesota last weekend. How are you guys feeling?
It's like the old days. It's super, super early. We got a new set. Let's rock, baby.
Yeah, the set is out, Maddie. How do you feel about it?
It's pretty cool, man. I've been having a lot of fun. Been dipping my toes into the Crystal Caves. Shout out to an old mini golf place we used to go to as a kid. The force is with us all, and I'm having a blast.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the Crystal Caves later. I'm pretty hyped that they made that one of the locations for a lot of reasons. But Steve, you're on the grind, baby. You're like building and playing Sabine decks and stuff. This is like a side of Steve that I've not seen in Star Wars Unlimited.
Yeah, bro. I played more games yesterday, I think, than I did all of the lead up to Denver. It was good. It was good. Running into some teammates on their alts being like WTF, like I gotta get the full list and like put a little sticky note next to my monitor or something like that. But no, it's been good. I think overall the set sucks, but it's World's time, baby, so we gotta go.
Yeah, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
I do think it's great that like we were both sort of just like, ooh, Sabine, like let's get on it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like it. I like it. Don't tell Will.
No, definitely not. All right. This podcast is sponsored by MetalFab. If you haven't checked out MetalFab tokens, you got to do it. If you ever see us out in the wild, you'll see us using these tokens and dice and water bottles, and he's just got everything. And the quality on the dice and the tokens are insane. He does our KTOD tokens. He sponsors our competitive team, B-Flow, just like the most generous guy. We're going to talk about him again in a second. But obviously, check out these products. They're far and away the best Star Wars Unlimited products. And we have some new VIPs. We have to shout out our VIPs. Matt, you want to take it away?
Yeah, our new VIPs: Drew, B-Flow, Zefke, and Psycho Hazard.
Yeah, those were the
Nice.
four new ones. Sorry, I kind of had
Four
to do
new
it. Make it spatially make sense, not order make
That's
sense.
okay. VIPs are my people. I remember all of them. Yeah, shout out to them. It means a lot to have people supporting us at that level, and I can't wait to have the VIP hang at Galactics in Las Vegas.
Yeah, we're going to be talking a
No
lot of Las
spoilers,
Vegas
yeah.
today, yeah.
Vegas,
Shout out to
baby.
Rick. I think Rick just opened a store, I believe. So that's
Oh yeah, good point.
He bought a store last night. That's the message I woke up to. He's like, guess what the hell I did?
I sent
That's wild.
two messages. Congrats, and let me know if you get any Riftbound.
Yeah, we'll
Did you
talk about
really?
Riftbound later too. Yeah, shout out to these guys. These are the best. I mean, these are the people that we love seeing. These are the people that love seeing us, and these are the people that support us the most. So, yeah, love these guys and gal.
And gal,
Yeah.
community,
Go.
freaking yeah, she's the best.
And check out our shop on Fourth Wall for all our insane gear. You can see Maddie's got the Sabine hoodie on today. Justin's got the stitched white tee with the patch. That picture's from London with us rocking the gear for the first time. We got a lot of cool stuff, including our Sabine's masterpiece, K2D masterpiece box. My favorite deck
Box, mat,
pads,
pads.
coin.
special coin.
Special
Not
coin.
just a play mat.
No, not just
For
a
all
mat.
you
Yeah.
wonder.
I
Not
just
just a
love,
mat.
yeah, not just a mat. Reddit. The box is the best thing, to be honest.
Yeah, the box is
Yeah.
so good.
Cool. All right, cruising through our upkeep. All right, so we were in Mini last week, or 2 weeks ago, when we would have podcasted last. We had an insane hangout at the Utapils Brewery, and then of course
That place was sick.
the team did great. Yeah, Utapils was great. We had the
Yeah, shout out
KTD
to
coaster there.
Udapil's. Not shout out to Udapil's ice cream, though. What the heck was that? But everything else was great. It was super,
You
super cool. They
skim
had
milk,
ice
bro.
cream at a
Skim
bar. We got ice cream, and it was very strange. So, but the drinks
did
were
not.
great. The hang was great. The vibes were great. Everyone who came. The coasters were sweet. This guy's mustache was
Bro,
Insane.
what a good mo.
And he had the dope Oilers
Yeah, he was killing
sweater
it.
on. Yeah, all Team Secret came. A bunch of people came. Woo's girlfriend came. Like it was just a great hang.
man.
And then you could see on the bottom right there, Steve and Chrono hanging out in our mansion that we rented for the weekend. In the library with the Rams head on the wall. That was really crazy.
That was funny. I had pretty good odds that we were going to get murdered in that mansion. Yeah.
Yeah, there were ghosts for sure.
Yeah, it was like a Clue. It was definitely Clue vibes. Like I was expecting like lightning to strike, us to lose power, and then Tada just to be dead on the ground, and like Ophir just screaming with a high pitched scream, and then like turning to the camera and be like, "Murder it is."
It was smart that we shared a bed because we had protection.
Oh yeah,
protected. Yeah.
Like one baby.
1 + 1 + 2 + 1. Yeah. If you know, you know.
Yeah, it's great being in Minnesota. Great being somewhere kind of new that like haven't been or to in a while at least. Saw some people I haven't seen in a while, like the Beard in that photo. I guess like most people have a beard, but the guy's name is the Beard. Signing stuff was cool. Just seeing people, like I really love the hangouts. I wish that there was even more time for them. But this was my favorite one because it was just like a very chill vibe. People just kind of came and went. That's like exactly how we envisioned them when we started doing them, and not anything formal. And then obviously the team crushed. Our 4 boys made the top 8. Woo won. We have a lot of content on that. You can check out my interview with them on the YouTube channel. Yeah.
Sick event for the boys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maddie, top 32 for Maddie too. So dope job.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was in 16th place going into the last round. Lost a lot of spots on that last loss, but like, yeah, you know, I was in it. I was in it to at least like get a pass down by.
Yeah, that's the deal with those big events. Yeah. When you lose one there, like and everyone else on your tier 1, you just fall down. And when there's so many people, that ends up being a lot of people in the last round.
I think too, like a lot of my breaker people lost that last round because like 12 spots when I had one of the best breakers. It doesn't matter. The event's over. But yeah, it was pretty variance. I thought I was going to like lock a top 24, but hey, top 32, top 4%, as my wife told me. It was a very positive outlook on that.
Nice
and I had a good time.
Vibes. Yeah. But I don't know. We keep running into these situations where like, if we can talk about how tournaments work and tournament structure and end round things, I think the knowledge helps people because there's still a lot of people who don't understand how that all works at the end of an event, and I think that's where the frustrating feelings come. But yeah, things move quickly, and we've all messed it up from time to time, like when to draw, when to not draw, stuff like that. So but Minnesota was great, and it just made me more hyped for Worlds, because it's going to be as big as Minnesota was, and that was much bigger than even Denver, right? Worlds is going to be crazy. Because is this the next thing? Yeah, great segue. Yeah. Worlds is sold out.
That's crazy.
And the rumor is, the main event sold out, right? And some people will go just and not play the main event. And there's also going to be like, I don't know, a couple hundred judges who they don't judge all 3 days, right? Like they rotate. So there's going to be another, like several hundred people just there judging and playing side events.
Support staff, general. It's going to be a pack.
And they're saying like potentially 3,000 plus people just for Star Wars Unlimited.
That's wild.
Air conditioning better not break.
And possibly
if it does,
like 2,000 people in the main event, 2,500 people.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. That's really exciting to see for the game. Like these events have been doing well, and I'm pumped for them. But they do, like coming from early Magic GP, it's like, is it gonna get the bump up? And this is that, hey, this is like people are coming. And the good thing too is like Mike said, like there's gonna be judges at side events. Like if people are also coming for the side events and the hangs, I think it's really healthy for the game. Like obviously we are competitive and we're really only focused on the main event, but if people are willing to travel for side events, that shows me a more robust casual scene, which will keep this game afloat and keep people playing. So that's really exciting as well.
Seriously, I can't wait to see how many people grind out loot showcases in the side events.
Oh no!
You've been doing market research.
Oh my god! I've given up on that and FFG at this
It's
point.
gonna be great. Imagine if you're like 8th in line, or like anybody wants a Luke showcase, and you're like, "I'd like mine, sir," and they're like, "Well, get in the back of the line. These people are there first."
These people
Get in the mail.
grinded twin sons, bro.
Probably. Oh,
You get the 19th Luke. Yeah, I don't know what to
Well,
say.
it's almost like we scripted this because that's exactly what I want to talk about next. Is just the side events. So what they and oh wait, that isn't what I wanted to talk about next. If you're in the Discord, check out my announcement coming, or actually it'll probably already be out for my 4.5-week training course that I'm going to do once school's out. So we're going to do a lead up to Worlds prep course this summer.
Are you just
yeah, I
like
probably need
deleting?
to take that too.
All right, I'll give you a
Can I
discount.
sign up for the Bobby Sapphire?
Are you deleting like your students' names from like a Google Classroom, and you're just putting?
No, I'm gonna assign people them. I'm like, all right, here's the login information for Zephram Cochran. Just log into his Google account, and now you're in my class.
It's gonna be like, why do I have to write a 4-page paper about Othello? Like, what is this? Mike is really thinking next level about this.
It's true. We gotta really dissect
This
Iago's
is
arc.
genius.
It's like the old, like, there was like a League of Legends team that, like, the coach was not a league guide. He made him read The Art of War. It's like, yeah, like, Mike, yeah. That's good.
That's a baller move.
Everyone should read that book.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's short.
I'm reading Gus Hansen's every poker hand review.
Oh, I still don't want to talk about side events yet. Just pin that thought. I just wanted to shout out the KTOD people who, and just sort of like take a snapshot of the meta. But we had some subs, members of our community, win PQs last night, and Clint Riley, our boy from Australia, is currently in the finals, up a game with Sabine
Let's
Green
go.
against
Get it,
Luke. Luke, I think that's Colossus. Luke 4 Colossus.
Oh, whoa.
I've seen
Which-
this a few times.
Yeah, so he's a friend of mine from Destiny. He's one of our earliest
Does he have a buy
subscribers.
yet?
He does not have a buy.
That's
Because
sad.
he's in Australia, they just don't have as many events and opportunities.
Right.
I know season 1, I think they got 0 PQs, and season 2 they only got 1. So I think they've only had a handful. But great to see. He's also hosting the stream, the Baddest Batch, his
That's
his
nice.
podcast. If you haven't checked out the Baddest Batch, it's great. Those are the sleeves I use on my alts online. And so and Mickey D from BN, he's been an active member of our community for so long. He won his second PQ. He played with Vader. He was in Colorado Springs, I believe.
Nice.
Um,
Good job, Mickey.
and then
FFG dried up the PQs for Australia and New England. Like, what do you have against us?
yeah,
Yeah, man. Coming for us.
seriously. Shanghai Knight also won. I can't remember which one, but he won another one.
I
But
thought it was crazy when I was looking randomly on Swoo competitive how yesterday that there was like PQs in China. That kind of like blew my mind for a second.
yeah, it's cool. Brazil, China, Sweden, Spain, France.
Puerto Rico.
Boba Dataval wins another one, Justin.
Yeah, 3 wins now. Keep
That's
an eye on
wild.
that guy.
I am. The space decks didn't get a lot of help for Set 5. Is the
Right.
only thing, but that one did.
That one gets some stuff.
That one
HK
got some
37
juice.
or whatever.
Yeah.
The hidden ship is interesting.
Yeah, the
The
indirect
Ring of
ship.
Fire.
Yeah, that's a sweet one.
I love that card. I think it's really good. I think people are down on it. Is kind of nutty.
What's Ring of Fire? Is that
It's,
the one with like a million keywords?
Push,
Hidden
Overwhelm.
ambush, overwhelm, and
restore.
restore one.
Cool.
I was trying
Let's
to work
let's
on
get
a little
brewing,
bit
baby.
of Morgan Elspeth double green yesterday with that and the double green 3-drop who has everyone's keyword.
Oh, that's
Opal Rain
Oh,
Sissus?
that's cool. That's
Yeah.
smart.
I love that
Keep in
guy.
the lab, man.
When I
Hey,
did
what?
when I did Star Wars RPG with my friends on the West Coast, that was my species. That worm guy.
Oh no shit.
Your,
Yeah, and I-
your Earthworm Jim.
I tried to bang Hera at Endor at the celebration. I'm like,
man.
you're single, I'm single. You're a
What
widow.
Let's connect.
I've always told
He's
people.
like his last week.
God,
I would have faded that to black. Shout out to all my GMs out there. Wait,
No, the GM did not let me. Hera did not come back to my ship. Nice. Hera
Go.
did not come back to my ship.
he ghosted you.
wow.
Yeah, seriously.
I'll be here all
Literally
week.
goes to be nice.
Oh my god.
That's
Oh
a
my
top
god.
tier
That's pretty
joke.
good. Yeah, that's actually insane. Whoa, what are these? What?
All right, so this is why. So this is what I want. So talking about world still,
Yep.
people. I mean, if you're in the KTOD Discord in the Galactic Championship channel, you know that people have been coordinating, like getting groups of 8 together to sign up and do the pods together, to do Twin Suns together, because the full side event schedule has been released. They've released everything that you can do on demand, which means like you get 8 people, you go sign up. So that's how it's going to work. You can just like get a group of people, walk up to the desk and be like, we want to do a pod of draft. We want to do a pot of sealed. We want to do premiere. We want to do a Twin Suns event. They'll do it for you. You pay, and they'll give you the pricing. So that's a really aggressive way to grind tickets, is to like do those. What they've done in the past though is like, if you can't just go sign up and say like 2 minutes later, oh, we played the whole thing. Here's the bracket. They will like kind of shut that down. But as long, like, you know, you could all go play Kylo and Sabine and be done in like 20 minutes.
Right.
You can play a Twin Suns deck, Twin Suns event, and just like all gang up on someone. I guess I don't really know how Twin Suns works, but not all the prizes are released, but the structure is released, so you know. And they have scheduled events too, so and you know how many tickets you're getting for each one. So people are kind of mathing out the best way to spend their time, both grinding and getting tickets. We don't know everything on the prize wall and how much it's going to cost yet, but people can at least start to get an idea of how many tickets that they can get.
Yeah, that's sick.
There goes the Luke showcase.
Yeah,
dude, I don't know. Some of this other stuff is pretty insane.
Well, that's
like
the thing.
I love the art on these.
I would expect people who are willing to like spend their day doing this every day, possibly, is that they want everything. And I also think, Steve, what they did in the past for the really exclusive prizes at Destiny and X-Wing Worlds was you can only get one, and they punch your badge, so that you can't farm.
I mean, either way, it's like I'm toast. I'm done.
Yeah. But some of the prizes. So this is the day one pack. So each day has a pack. And day one gets silver packs. So you
do I get a pack if I have a buy?
You do. You get nice. So if you look over there, day 2 qualifiers will get I don't know how many packs you get actually, but someone was talking about it in the Discord, but you should get the silver packs. But I like that they're putting legends in here. My only complaint really,
you get 2 packs. It levels. You can see if you get 4 wins, you get the first pack. If you get 5 wins, you get the second pack. If you get 6 wins, you qualify. So you get everything ahead of it. It's like the triangles.
Yeah,
so
I just don't know what they're giving to day 2 people, if they're giving them all the packs.
I imagine it's just you get 2 packs because that's what you would get day 2. If you get 18 wins, you get invitation to day 2.
And you would get 7 packs.
8 prizes.
Yeah.
So you would get all the. Yeah, so you get 5, right? Where you're seeing 7.
3 for participation. Maybe you don't get the participation. Maybe you just get the 2 for.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna get. You're
gonna get a stack of packs. I mean, they're gonna make it. If you miss day 1, they're gonna make it so like you get the shit if you.
That's what I was getting.
Yeah, I agree.
Think I can drop a pack on black on the roulette table?
Let's go.
Double up.
Well, you'll be day 2, and so you'll have black packs. The day 2 black packs have, I guess, I don't know if they're better or whatever, but they're certainly different, and they'll be rarer. But you see a couple here. They've got the Luke, the Poe, Executor, Ghost.
How do they not make the Executor horizontal?
You got to get the Prestige.
Bro, I one pack, 1 Prestige the other night, baby.
Yeah.
It was an Executor, though.
Well, yeah, not Prestige. What's it called? What's the serialized? Yeah, one's
serialized. Yeah.
So, so these black packs come on day 2.
Ooh. I need the Poe.
The special stuff. Yeah, the Poe's nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get those Poe.
That was our content for
day 2, baby.
That was sick.
Get there, Maddie.
And the Luke. Oh, I'm just. I don't know if I'm day 2, but I'm gonna get that somewhere or another.
Yeah. And then the other thing. So then there's more cards that are. These are just going to be on the prize wall cards. This Krennic, the Super Laser Blast. I love the Super Laser Blast there.
Yeah, that's sick. Chewie's cool.
The Chewie's great. I want 3 of the Blast though. That's the.
Are they all foil?
Oh yeah, the blasts are sick.
Yeah, I think they're that like.
Yeah, that
participation.
like the ones
That's
from Denver,
regional.
Richmond. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still like it though. I love that art. I love that like comic style art.
Yeah, it's dope. That mat's sick too.
Yeah, the mat's cool. There's
Might be
actually a whole
70,
bunch of
yeah.
mats. I just pulled the one that I thought was kind of the most interesting, but there's a whole bunch of new mats that are pretty hype. I'm really excited for all this stuff. I don't know if it'll get me to play side events, but I'm definitely hyped for it. Looks like
Nice.
Clint just took down his PQ.
Oh,
That's
congrats.
dope.
Yeah, congrats, dude.
Congrats, bro.
Yeah, that's hype. Yeah, so this is the world's hype. Just all these prizes are, they're going all out. My only concern is the foils. That's my only worry, is that all this stuff is foiled. You guys have any
Yeah,
concerns?
the
People
foils
want-
are a little
That's what
scary.
people want, baby. They want foils.
Yeah,
People have
I mean,
spoken.
Do
you're
people
not
want
necessarily
foils?
No, not at all.
playing all the foils. I don't know. The foils thing. I mean, these would be great if they had like the option to do non-foil. But like most games, the prizes, like the promos, are foil and stuff.
We need acrylic leaders and acrylic bases.
Be cool
Absolutely, we do.
for the next year.
I just can't believe it hasn't happened yet, because that was like the go-to for Destiny and X-Wing, were the acrylic cards, like credit cards. And
Yeah.
the fact that we are over a year into this game and we still don't have it is absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, they're just kind of.
I don't know what they're doing. That's why I'm not sure that you have much to worry about, Steve. I think I'd be more worried that people just don't even actually want the Luke showcase, because the prizes have
my
been like
hope
so
is
tough to sell.
They're not. My hope is they're not even going to have the Luke showcase. Like if they don't have them yet, maybe they don't have them by then, and then nobody can get them.
You're the only
Yeah.
person who can guarantee pre-sale.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's wild. Well, we've come a long way from Dr. Evazon promos, so that's good.
true. That's
We
true.
have.
Fair enough.
No doubt about that.
So sorry that I got invaded a little bit. So all those are foiled cards, like the Super Laser Blast.
Yeah, supposedly it's foiled the way that the Richmond and Denver, Minnesota foils are, which is like lightly foiled.
Right. Okay. So there's a better chance that you can actually use.
But you
these.
can't
Okay.
play them, right? Because they're raised.
No, you can play them.
Like the.
I think
Like,
you just have to have
play 'em
more
because
than
there's
that as your foils.
There's a bevel to them.
Yeah, it's only on the front though. You know what I mean? You wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to detect it in your deck.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're
Cool.
just weird.
Sorry.
You always feel uneasy playing foils, like when you. I don't know.
I play
just
all
wonder-
foils. It's just too hard to figure out. Like put it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. There's just
I
no
like
way
that.
I would play foil, but maybe we can peel.
I thought about playing like the one that no one wants, which is this regular edition foil, like just buying those because I imagine they're cheap. Just
Yeah.
trying to get like a regular foil deck, like non hyper,
That's
zero hyper.
Yeah, that's what I
Just
was
straight up OG foil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
OG
we've bought
foil.
enough of every set where I mean, I can just give you a giant stack of foils. Like, no
And then
You're just
problem.
gonna have to throw them in a dehumidifier. The ones that I have, mine are.
No, but like I want it to be curled. 'cause I
Curled.
want every-
Just
as long as
crazy.
they're all
No
the same.
sleeves.
Yeah.
play.
Here's my deck.
Pull them out of a Pringles can. That'd be like. Yeah.
It's a circular deck pot.
Maybe
That's
we
pretty
should try and
dramatic.
peel the layer foil off, Steve, like old school.
Oh man.
I don't think it's like that.
No.
I could take a look. Although no, Tada has. He sent me a couple. He removed it with acetone. So I don't think it's the type where you can peel it off like SWCCG.
Gotcha. When he pulled it off, did it seem like a real card, or was it blank?
It's blank.
Oh, he like wiped the whole card.
He wiped
Yeah.
the whole card.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, like,
Well, this was a Super Laser Blast foil.
Yeah, right.
That art is sick though.
Yeah, I know. It's just tragic that it's foil. It's so tragic.
Hopefully they do a good job. I believe.
All right, time to get to our main topic, the Legends of the Force set release. The FFG released the set completely this week. in part or mainly, supposedly because some people, some teams were already practicing with the whole set that had been leaked through various channels. We did not have it. We were part of at least one of the people who said to FFG, "Hey, maybe you should just put all the cards out because it does seem like some people have a competitive advantage." They, in my opinion, did the right thing by getting it out as soon as possible.
Shout them out for like.
I am still very much disappointed that not one person in our Discord sent me the spoiler. I don't know if I'm getting over that one.
Well, basically every time someone said, "Yeah, Steve, I have it," I DM'd them and said, "Do not send it to Steve."
That sounds about right. I don't understand. Like, this was just out there in the wild, and not a single person in our Discord. It's like, WTF, bro?
Yeah, I mean, I had a bunch of people offer it, and I just didn't feel comfortable taking it, and we kind of decided as a team.
Believe me, I'm more betrayed by you than the Discord.
We voted 7-1 to make sure that we didn't get it.
I wasn't even included in the vote.
I knew what you were voting.
It's like taxation without representation. I'm gonna just start my own new country now.
As someone who's been outvoted a few times, Steve,
I'm okay. I'm okay getting outvoted. I'm not okay not being included in the vote.
I cast you as proxy, and also, if you had your own country, would you get a PQ?
No, Steve would not get a PQ.
Would you get a regional?
I would, but I would not let you invade. This is not Puerto Rico.
We're flying down.
Puerto Rico defended. I'm excited. I was pretty hyped. I had a busy Friday, so I didn't get to like dive in as much. But like that was cool to get a big drop. Like I think spoiler season is fun. Don't get me wrong, but like this was more fun. And I know it happened because of circumstance, but like to me, this was better. Like, oh, everything's out. Let's like all get in a conference call and look through the cards and talk about it. Like I don't know. I enjoyed that so much more.
Like hidden was awesome.
Hidden commons, right? Like that you're like, oh, I need this.
Yeah, or seeing a card you thought was common, to be like, that's a legendary, like that sucks. But like, seeing the Yoda like just there was insane because Yoda I think is really good, and like there was no like this is Yoda. It's like one singular card. You're just like scrolling and you're like, whoa, Yoda legend, that's cool, you know.
Yeah.
But there were also it was a lot of like chaff at the end too, so like. Sure. I don't know, like this set is in line with like being better in terms of like having like some sought after cards.
Yeah,
like higher highs, and like it does have good legends. Like this set does have good legends, but I think like there's they get stuck in the mud a little bit with some of the rarity structure. But we've talked about that before. We don't need to belabor that point, but like. There's some cards that just should be legends and shouldn't be legends. It feels like, and I don't know what makes their structure other than like giant Star Destroyer means equals it's a legend.
Right.
There's cards where I'm like, why is it not a legend? Why is this a legend? Like, why is Zuck a legend? Like, what was the mindset there?
Yeah.
Other than the art on that card.
One thing, like I know draft isn't a thing. ... Hopefully yet. Like I hope it will be. But this does feel like a set that would draft pretty like well. Like I'm actually, want to like get in a draft, and we haven't drafted since like set 1.
Yeah, it's certainly been. I think we used to set 2 draft pretty often, but it has been a while for sure. Yeah, I mean, I just wish draft were a real thing. Like, I don't know. OP has some struggles from top to bottom, but.
I'd be shocked if
draft
set
so
1
popular,
doesn't.
But this game can't do anything with draft.
I'll bet my my Palpatine showcase that there is a season 1 limited event.
Like a limited regional would be
GP
sick.
Yeah,
I'll take that bet against my Ray showcase.
Oh, that's a sweet one.
Oh, that's cool.
Showcase bat.
Palp versus Ray too. That's like pretty good.
Yeah, or how about
I mean, I was gonna cop out and say they'll make an announcement, but I'm just gonna go for it. I think in season 1 there will be a limited event.
No way. I say no way.
I mean, I'd love a limited PQ.
Yeah, I think PQ is where they could do it like sealed into top 8 draft would be cool.
Sealed into top 8 draft would be sick. Yeah, I would.
Maybe I'd finally actually win a game in this at this game.
That'd be like
you went
Bristol
4-0 at the side event. You crushed.
I think we'll start the side events.
Maybe that should be your plan for Vegas. Just go grind side events.
I should just get.
Dude,
I think that the sauce
you're
was
gonna
playing
crush
a Data Vault deck.
Yeah, go crush.
Yeah,
Playing more than
Crush
25
Daemon,
points.
more than 20
HP.
28.
You knocked me out of freaking that Connecticut PQ.
Yeah, PQ.
Like, you know what I mean?
It's true. It's the grind continues.
My two PQs I've been to.
All right, let's play a little good, bad, broken. I want to talk about some of the,
sick. I
the
missed
cards
Good, Bad, Broken.
of.
Well, I'll
Legends
tell you
of
one
Force.
that's broken's on the screen right freaking now.
All right, well we'll get to that guy. We'll get to old Daka.
Jesus.
Just kidding.
There he
We'll get
is.
to Darth Vader.
Yeah, Papa.
This guy, 6-cost ground unit. When played, give a shield token to a friendly and to an enemy unit. On attack, defeat an enemy unit with a shield token on it. So when you ECL or ambush him with Shein Fury or Flurry or Timely or whatever, you can give him a shield, kill something with his on attack. When you give it a shield, and then you can attack into something, kill it, and not die back. This guy is, Maddie says, broken. Maddie made a sign.
This is one of the most powerful cards they've made. This card is completely broken. It's broken to the point that it's not only a good card. It's not only like just sort of like your version of good cards, like Vader's and Luke's are good cards, but it's almost, I think it's close to format defining just based on what it can do. Like it can kill a leader. I think it changes like the way that some leaders are played. Like if you think about like Han Green or whatever, like they can't do the thing anymore. Like Han will just die. And they won't be able to get to 7 resources. And I think it's incredibly powerful. I think it's gonna force people to build their decks differently, because you're gonna say, oh yeah, there's broken things that so many decks can do by playing like U-wing reinforcement or home one or like these like value things that spew out, and all it takes to basically get 3 for 1 because the Vader doesn't die. And he kills 2 things is like just a Vader that comes in with ambush. So I think this card's like I'm doing once. I think I've done this for every set, but I'm recording top 10 cards. You probably guess which one's my number one. But that'll drop this week for top 10 cards for set 5. But this card I think is just absolutely nuts. There is one small, unique, interesting thing about this card though, is that if you can get a 6-power Sentinel. And I think this is like that format defining thing.
Right.
You get a 6-power Sentinel, it stops him from killing 2 things.
6 HP Sentinel. Yeah.
6 HP, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
6 HP Sentinel stops him from killing 2
Obi-Wan.
Like Obi-Wan, like Child Sin.
When I first saw this card, I was like, oh, he's going to eat Village Protectors all day long. And actually, it's the opposite. Village Protectors is actually good against him because he bops the Village Protectors, but he's so powerful that like he doesn't. Like, just stopping his 2 for 1, I think, is what you want to do.
Yeah.
So I actually think that, like, a 6-power Sentinel is... 6 HP or Shielded Sentinel is the way to go.
Yeah, and I've seen... I lost to...
5 HP, but... debuff.
Gar ECL, because that allowed Vader to attack for 6. Which is, you know... And then it's a lot harder to find a 7 HP Sentinel. I think... Bendu's 7, but
Chirrut can make himself 7 if you have the Force. The new Chirrut.
Yeah, the new Chirrut does. I like how they did that. Chirrut can kind of get around it. I'm trying to think. Is Mandalorian? He's a 5/6, right?
Yeah, he's 5/6.
Yeah, I'm just like, you know, the Vader decks can also have some counterplay, but I think like you nailed it, Justin, when you said like this is meta warping simply because of the kill a leader.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Leaders have been sort of our like, well, at least I'll have my leader, right? Like people can like go all out to kill it. There are cards that kill it. You can obviously Rivals Falls, Plo Koon ambush with Quinlan has killed a lot of leaders, but you know when those are coming, and you'll know when this is coming. But the ways you can protect are way sketchier. This just insta killing a leader is freaking crazy. At least with Plo, you have to like get the power up.
Similar to Wrecker is probably like the one that Wrecker, you basically killed every leader with ECL. But the fact that like the Wrecker decks weren't going as big sometimes. Like Sabine certainly wasn't. So like it was sort of like the end game kill the leader. And this is just like along the process. So like you're gonna have these longer grindy games that are no longer going to have like leaders involved, and you're just gonna like basically be able to like fall behind a little bit and then just like reset.
Yeah.
Whereas
This is a
Sabine was
huge
using
catch-up
Wrecker to like
mechanic.
push.
Yeah.
But that's the thing with this too. I think we've talked about this a little bit. With the team, it's like if both players have Wrecker or both players have Vader, like you want to go second with it. If you have cards like Devastator and like Avenger and Super Laser Blast, like, but like let's say Data Vault, right? Data Vault versus ECL. Will the ECL deck just actually be able to put the Data Vault deck in such a position that it can't even come back because you're just like four up on units or something like that because the Vader comes down and puts them in a spot where like 1-to-1 removal is just not going to get anywhere. And the only thing that they would be able to do back is like actually play like a timely Vader on 7 or something like that. So that's I think a big early testing point, which is like basically how dominant does ECL Vader put people in spots versus the rise of Data Vault, right? Because we've seen Data Vault being so strong. But do you just fall completely far behind if they have a Vader with an ACL?
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good question. It's so cool how this is like meta warping because like you guys are talking about like what Sentinels can block it. Like I've been playing a lot of red, yellow hero or cunning aggression hero in testing, and like one of the cards that got cut to like fight on the ground, get a little more aggressive is like Spark, where you cut down to 2, and it's like I gotta strip this thing, man. Like I gotta put the sparks back in. Like that's how I'm gonna.
Bazine. Yeah. This stuff might
Bazine
just be too
and
important. I've also been looking at yellow red, cunning hero for space, Kaz space, Sabine space, Poe yellow space, just because I don't want to go down there. I don't want to get murked by Vader riding a freaking tie advance.
But like the crazy thing is if you avoid him, they just play him, and he puts a shield on like a ship, and then he just bops the next turn.
Yeah,
so,
you
like,
gotta have your waylays ready, I guess. I don't know.
He can ride that ship up to space and kill me.
Yeah,
that would be. Yeah,
I know, but it's a lot slower, right? Like if I'm playing a red yellow aggro deck and they're attacking with Vader on 7 to kill one of my things, like hopefully I've gotten there. But yeah, giving them anything to ambush so that he can kill something in space. I've like even like already in Night Sister. Sorry, I keep calling it Night Sister, but Mother Talzin green. Like you can use the Night Sister Assassin, the 4/4 that makes something -3/-3. You can use Vader. Like it does a really good job of killing things in space.
Yeah, there's that new Sentinel TIE Fighter, which is really good for at least.
Yep.
Yeah,
that thing's sick.
Definitely. Yeah, that thing's good in everything. So, yeah, do we all say broken? Steve, you say broken on this, or what's your...
I'd say it's good. I don't think it's broken.
Okay. We got 3 brokens and a good.
For those looking for a good way to support Vader, in my video I dropped about deck building, I talked about like how you could support. This is a card to build around how you could support it. So go check that out if you haven't, because I think it didn't get that many views.
I just think of broken as something that's like
combo
type of thing.
Yeah.
But
well, that's not coming in this game.
Is a little different.
Probably not.
These guys are
we're not
allergic to making good cards. Like
sneak attack's the closest thing. Triple Dark Raid, which is banned.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Rip the dream.
All right. Quinlan Vos. Good, bad, broken. This is a 4-drop. He's a 4/5, Force Jedi Republic. On attack, if this unit has 6 or more power, you may deal 2 damage to an enemy base. Have you guys tried this guy? What do you think?
I've tried him.
I thought he was going to be like really good, but he feels too fragile.
Fragile?
The number of times I've actually gone to use the combo in the games I've played is very low.
Well, someone with this kind of text is often a must kill. But with 4/5 and like in these aggro decks, so I think he works best in an aggro deck. And if you're building your aggro deck aggressively, like you put pressure on your opponent. They're already killing the things that are on table, and ideally you're using something that like flips pretty fast with him so that he can be kind of protected. But I will say the number of games where I've actually get to blaster him up or surprise strike with him, I don't think I've lost one. It's hitting with him once at 6. When he's at the 6 power and you get to hit for 8 or 9 is
it's
crazy.
8 or
It's
9.
great. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I
like
just-
a poet
I thought it
home
would've
kind of
been-
vibe.
I was playing him in some like Yellow Sabine, with Blaster, Surprise Strike, and Heroic
Okay, yeah.
Resolve, and it just wasn't happening as often as I was expecting. But like you said, like a lot of times when they were killing them, Sabine would live. So I don't know. I
The
think it's
stats
good.
are pretty good. I think it's
Yeah.
good. I think it's. I at first when I saw it, I was like, it's alright. It's like a fine card. I think it's way better now, after playing with it a little bit. I want to explore it with the 27 base, the draw 9 base with Sabine, because then you get to play. Like you definitely get like you see more of your deck. In
You
terms of
find
pumps and-
blaster. Right,
Yeah,
because
I
when you
really-
don't find blaster or pump, it can be whack.
He feels.
I tried him in Oscillator, just like trying to actually make it a combo
right.
deck, and it was pretty awful.
Yeah, I think the thing about this card too is like you have to be on a deck that, like, your 5 resource turn isn't 5 drop. Your 5 resource turn is like 3+2, right? Like,
Yeah.
because if
Yeah,
you
that's-
want to be curving, and then you can't pump him up. So
Yeah,
I agree. I think it's got to be.
You can't actually
Yeah.
play 5 costs. That's a good
Yeah,
point.
but I think he's good. Like, he's definitely hitting base for 8 is good. That is a good thing to be doing.
Well, depending on how you build it, there are like you can play the Asajj that was built with him, who I actually think
Yeah,
is like
yeah.
fine. You can play the New Republic ship
Adelphi.
there, the Adelphi.
Yeah, you can play Delphi. Yeah, sure. Like, there are ways to curve into him. Don't get me wrong. I agree. It's just like we're
Yeah,
talking
just
blasters and
playing him in
surprise
the Adelphi, that's kind of cool. Just like
Yeah.
if you have the initiative.
Yeah, but that means he's got to live on 5. It's a Delphi 6, right?
No, Adelphi's 5.
No.
You just
Oh,
play him and
Adelphi's
claim.
Oh, Delphi's 5.
Yeah.
Is he Delphi 5? That's fair. That's a good call then. I like that.
That's good.
Adelphi's sick, dude.
Yeah.
Adelphi was money for
I mean,
me
I
in
don't think
Minnesota.
like Broken was ever on the table with this guy. I think like the conversation's obviously more interesting if we think it's good or bad. I'm firmly on the good side though. I think he's good.
Yep.
We get a lot of guys like this where we get hyped because it has like some cool pushed power,
Yeah.
and then they suck. And I don't think this is that. I think in Quinlan, Tarkentown especially, he's great. When that deck is working at its best, it's like when it kills the first unit that the opponent plays with Tarkentown and then pushes damage really fast, and he is like
He pushes damage.
he does. And the Quinlan 4-drops have been like pretty medium on that. Like Kira and Ahsoka, they're
Yeah, they're
like
good with
3/5.
damage.
They're good at like controlling the board and making sure that you have a protected flip. But with the guy like this, you might not even need to flip Quinlan. You know what I mean? You can play that game where like, oh, I'm gonna keep pushing and put you in check, and then you claim, and then I flip.
Yeah,
sweet.
What 4-drop did you replace?
In my list, I took out the Ahsokas.
Yeah, I think that's the one I would replace over Kira. Chirrut.
All right, good, bad, or broken. Chirrut Îmwe, Sentinel, 4-drop, 3/5 Force Fringe. When this unit is attacked, before damage is dealt, you may use the Force. If you do, the attacker gets a -2/-0. I don't know if you've played this yet. I don't know if you played against it yet. But to me, this thing is borderline broken in a Force deck.
Yeah,
it's
it is.
very
so
good.
good. You think maybe it's broken.
You know
stare at
he's-
it like, but this card's very, very good.
You know he's good. He's an uncommon.
I was playing him in the big green chick deck. I don't know her
Chris?
name.
Of our.
Yeah, and like someone had to attack into him 3 times, and then I just deployed my leader.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's-
right. Yeah, because, yeah.
You can
She's
do it every single.
Oh, because you can
Yeah.
use the force in the middle.
Use the Force, then you get it back. They attack in. Maybe you attack, then you get the Force back.
Yeah,
They have to
that's
do it.
literally what happened.
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
And then I
and she
just
gives
dropped
it to him automatically, right? So like you
Yep.
don't even have to have an attack in. Yeah. It's nuts.
Yeah, she gives you the first one, but there's a way to, like, yeah, let's
He's
see,
saying, like,
get
in
it 3 in
Gatling.
one turn.
They attacked
Gatling
once,
gun
and
it.
he got it back, and the force
Yeah,
back,
and then he attacked again, and then I got it back, and on the 3rd time he killed him, but then I also just flipped my leader.
Flipped your leader and just bopped. He's also fringe, like force fringe, which like we have that like people started playing that
the other Sentinel.
fringe shield thing, and
Fringe
I
has
think
a lot
him-
of support. There's so much fringe now. There's got to
I
be
can't-
something there.
yeah.
Chirrut,
I definitely have him
double
between-
Chirrut.
Whereas like where Quinlan's conversation was definitely like, how like is he good or a little under good? I think this is like Mike said, like between good and broken. I think he's very good.
Yeah, Steve, Chirrut leader also, the only leader who can't be killed by Vader. New Vader.
Yeah. Can you
Chirrut leader
rivals
also
fall
makes
him?
him a 3/7. What?
No, Chirrut dies to Vader.
No, he can't be defeated.
No,
Right?
the damage.
Oh, he
doesn't
can
get-
be defeated. Oh,
It's
yeah, my
always
bad. It's the
down.
damage one. Yeah. All right, never mind. I'm
rip
gonna
the
edit
dream.
that out. I can't sound
Oh, he can't stand.
edit powers. Just
Nice.
kidding. Yeah, I
Editing,
just
Matt,
think this guy's
yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
I might
Okay.
actually watch this watch some
Just to
content for once
see.
just to see if he edits out.
Nice. That's how I'm gonna get people. Really, just the teases.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. Craving Power is a 5-cost 2/2 innate upgrade. Attached to a friendly unit. When played, deal damage to an enemy unit equal to attached unit's power. So this is like underwhelming barrage. Is it good, bad? I think we know that this isn't broken, but is it good or bad?
I think it's good.
Well-
I've been wrecked by this a few times. Like, I think
I think it's niche.
niche.
I think it's good in that in the Kylo deck.
The
But,
Kylo.
and then in
Kylo
any other
doing
deck,
it and
why
getting
would
it
you
done.
not just be playing Overwhelming Barrage?
It's good in Garsax and Kylo. Like
Right.
it's
Gar's a
potentially
good
like
call, yeah.
more build around in those. The Gar like
gets it back.
Gar gets it back, which is like the random text that you don't always see.
Yeah.
And then Kylo, there are some really weird Kylo decks that are emerging, like combo-y. Like what's the yellow card? You wouldn't be able to do both of these, but like the one that makes him not be able to be killed by anything.
Shadowed intentions.
Shadowed intentions with like quick shot, and then I've seen some with this card and like his lightsaber or that other. It just like they just like wait to flip him too. Like you think you need to math it up to 7, but they just like they do it on like turn like 15. And
Yeah,
like,
I played against one yesterday and I was like, oh, he's just not gonna flip. I wonder if he's gonna like somehow
Go
amass
all the way.
30 power and then snapshot. And then eventually it was like he made a 12-12 and attacked, and I go like, you did it. Congratulations.
I know
Yeah.
that's
like
the games that
There
I
are
tried.
games like that.
Oh,
I killed him on the
yes,
next
far.
action or whatever. It was so
Yeah.
funny.
You never have the initiative and stuff, but I think this card's like reasonable. I think it's couple. Kira, it's interesting too. It just doesn't just go into like the regular decks as like a 1 or 2 up because you want like an extra, not as good barrage, but you do kill something and make your guy +2. Like imagine putting this on a Chirrut that somehow lived, and now that Chirrut is like a 5/7, and it just
yeah.
killed something too. Like putting this on a Sentinel, I think is really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
This has the ability Command should have had. They should not have made Command have unique New York. Like this is
Yeah, actually,
this is
it's
good. +2
Yeah, it's
+2
very
and
good.
deal damage. Like I think it's squarely in the good category. I think you're not gonna see
You'll
it.
see constructed
3 in
play.
every deck. You're gonna see some people play it. It has those niche things like Steve mentioned and Justin. Like good card. Probably looking at like 2 in the 60, depending on what you got brewing.
Yeah,
and then
agree.
if you're like Kylo, yeah, 3 and
Yeah,
Good
and
call.
you,
I like
you know how many times would you like a fourth barrage? Obviously, this can't
yeah.
go as wide, but it can
I-
definitely be that.
Yeah, especially too like if the play is ECL Vader, right? In these blue-green villain decks, like you want a consistent 5 resource turn that is gonna let you not fall too far behind before you use your ECL, because 25 base life is scary. So you're just like making your deck more consistent on 5 resource with something that can bop them.
Cool art.
All right,
Wow, we said a lot of good, which is cool.
What
last.
was Crystal Caves? Why it sounds familiar, but I can't put my.
Well, Crystal
think
Caves
I
is
have
the
that
name of
figured
the
out.
mini golf course in Auburn.
Oh, that's what it was. Auburn. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good, bad, or broken, the Force. I am not sure that the Force is good. I think there are things that like lead me to believe that it's good. Things like that Chirrut. But I think like
Kimundi.
Your team Sith. You don't believe the Force is good.
No, I believe that the Force should be more powerful. And if this is the Force, this is the Force, I'm choosing Smuggler when I make my character for like my RPG.
After you win Worlds, we need to like meme you onto the Han Solo.
That's a great question. Like
it's true, all of it. I think the Force is crazy not format defining, but it's not going to be coordinate where it just fizzles. Like we're going to be seeing a lot of Force. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of like using the Force. One thing. This is a little sideways commentary here. I do think it's gonna make table mechanics a little bit weird. There's some cards that it really interacts strangely with the Force. Like you think that they do things that they don't. For instance, I think just that's like a public service announcement. The 1/4 guy who used the Force to play a guy for -2 resources, like that doesn't work. I've seen like other videos actually talk about this. Like, oh, I played a turn 2 Ki-Adi-Mundi and drew 2 cards with this guy. Like that doesn't work.
Nope, you use your Force up.
You can't use him to use your Force. So I think like you have to sort of have an awareness on how this works and like think about it's almost like chess clock stuff. Like I use my Force. Like what does that look like? Do you have your token and you're like pushing it to the side? Now I'm pushing it back.
Yeah.
Like if
or is it like yes no
like,
flipping? Yes no yes no.
So I think there's a weird energy with the Force like token mechanics here, but I do think like there's too many cards that are very very powerful with the Force, and like it doesn't seem like it's that hard to get. But like keeping someone from the Force probably will be a thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's it's going to be a big part of like how people build decks and play the meta.
Here's a question. Will a Force deck win Worlds? I say no.
No.
I don't think a Force deck will.
Listen,
I don't
kid,
think a Force
I've flown from one end of the galaxy to the other. I've seen a lot of strange stuff, but I've never seen anything to make me believe that there's some all-powerful Force controlling everything. There's no mystical energy field that controls my destiny.
I like it.
Wow.
I did. I couldn't pull the whole thing. I knew the beginning, but I didn't know that I couldn't remember the end.
Just go stroke my beard and look.
I don't know what.
What does everyone else think? Do you guys think
impressed that you knew all that, or disappointed that you didn't get it perfect? It's one of the. It's one of the two.
It's early.
I will be playing this card.
I'm only
certainly
halfway through my coffee.
I haven't had any caffeine yet.
Yeah.
But I do think it's interesting that everyone's first response to the set was, oh, we need to ban Force Throw. And I know it's only been a day, but like I don't think Force Throw is an issue. Like even remotely, like
no.
I don't even think I played it at all in my playtesting games yesterday.
Yeah, the only deck I'm really liking it in is the Mother Talzin. All the other ones, I don't know if red's the color.
Yeah.
Right,
Quinlan.
like
you like Quinlan.
Yeah.
I've never played the other Quinlan, and I probably won't play it this set either.
I love the locations they chose for the Forest stuff, though.
Yeah.
The caves in Ilum is like... That was already one of my favorite episodes of Clone Wars, and then when... I mean, one of my first thoughts when they unveiled Starkiller Base was like, oh my god, I wonder if that's the planet. And then they made it the planet. The Vader Fortress on Mustafar, obviously. Starlight Temple for everyone who likes the Light of the Jedi books. The Night Sister Lair. It's just they did cool Force locations. I'm psyched for that.
I think the locations in general are really interesting in the sense of like you kind of build. This is something I've had early on in like building some games and playing them. Is you kind of build the decks like they're Data Vault decks because you're trying to get the big payoffs of Force are these giant units like Yoda and just like some really like huge things you can play. I'm thinking mainly like hero Force decks.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't experimented with the villain ones too much, but like that 5 gap of life is actually like a big deal. Mm-hmm. And like you'll play your home one and then you'll just die the next turn, or you'll play your Yoda. Well, Yoda's a little different because he does heal. But you'll play like you're just 28 feels closer to 25 than 30.
Right.
Which is, right? Like,
That's a good point.
You sort of think it's in the middle there. It's not, right? Like it's not in the
It feels
middle.
very far away from 33.
it's so far, it's 5 damage. It's like that's a huge gap from 33. So remember like the 25 to 30 feel of like
that's what we're at now.
Django, right? Like
Yeah.
Django 30. Well, now you have that lower gap on 28, and I think like a deck like Sabine is going to want to see 28 across from it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
Which
even
one?
just thinking
Yeah,
about
like,
it from
oh,
28 to 30, like Sabine would struggle with 30 sometimes, and even just getting that 2 HP bump is huge. It's the
Right.
difference between
I
like,
think-
oh, I'm gonna ping versus I'm not gonna ping. Well, I can get there quicker.
Yeah.
I have liked playing. I really like the Talzin deck because I like how aggro it can be with the Force. Like it's using its Force stuff to clear the board early and get in.
I like
It's
that,
taking
yeah.
advantage of Force Throw really well because you can just sort of like, I can play Kylo and then I can like put an entrenched on him and then Force Throw. Like it does some really cool early game stuff that gets the game over quick. And then Talzin flipping on 5 resources, getting a fallen lightsaber and doing work is crazy.
Yeah,
That's
I
gonna
lost
hit
to
ya.
a similar aggro deck, but it was Anakin. He played Fallen Lightsaber on Anakin with Jedi Lightsaber, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Gross. That's pretty gross. All right, so we're split. Wait, does anyone else think it's bad or just me?
Just you.
Okay.
I don't think it's. I'm like whelmed. I guess I would say. Like I think there's some good stuff going on, but I don't think it'll win Worlds.
I'm going
Yeah,
full
Kira-
Akbar.
I'm pretty
Kira
whelmed.
doesn't play the Force. So.
It's a trap,
I'll be
yeah.
the one person that says that the Force wins Worlds.
Okay.
Cool.
Put it on the
That'd be sick.
board. So the last thing to talk about is that the Riftbound, which is the League of Legends trading card game, announced that it has OP with cash prizes, and
pick
it dropped
Gary.
its full rule set. So we did build a Riftbound KTOD channel. I think we're gonna at least start to take a look at that game as a secondary opportunity for us to at least play. I don't know how much like content we'll make, but just something to sort of dump our thoughts. So if you want to give that a follow, in case we do put something out, you can check that out.
Yeah, we've all had our like maybe except for Justin, like our forays into like either League of Legends or
Yeah.
TFT or Legends of Runeterra. So like for me, this is an IP that I spent a lot of time with. I played a few testing games. Definitely want to get a little more into it. We have a little small Riftbound off-topic channel in the Discord if you haven't seen it. Looks cool. I think that they've done some really like the OP announcement. They did some really cool things that I hope that Swoo maybe goes and takes a look back. I think it's the same. I think it's the same guy who launched this OP. Someone was saying I
It
think
is, yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's supposedly I can't think of the guy's name off the top of my head, but he ran OP for Destiny X-Wing and was here at the beginning of. I think he left right as the game launched, right as Unlimited launched.
right. So
And the prizes for those previous games were good, and him being gone might be the reason why the unlimited prizes are not.
Yeah, I think the prizes
Sure.
for this game are going to be very good. So just a thing we're doing in addition to, and definitely smaller. Our commitment is obviously still to this community that we've created, but it is cool to see like who's going to be in this game and who wants to talk about it. It's fun. We're gamers,
The annexation of Stephen Baroni will be going off. To
Yeah,
Rift.
this is Steve's
I
been
am-
TFTing the whole time we've been podcasting, so he's in the Rift constantly.
I have not, but it was 5:30 this morning. I was like, can I fire one up? How late will Justin be today? Do I have enough time? I inevitably actually played a couple of Swoo games instead, which is
There
like
you go.
shocking in a first. So maybe I actually will try for World.
Yeah,
But,
this game doesn't launch until after Worlds, which is why we're like even entertaining the idea. But just
Yeah.
something to keep in mind if you want to give it a follow. If you're interested in this game, be talking about it a little bit in that channel in our Discord and on YouTube.
I'm almost
I've
at
already
diamond
built an
status.
Ash aggro blitz deck along with an Azir control and a Belveth mill deck. So I'm ready to roll.
This is
I
exactly
will
like
say-
when I know my students have used ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I will say I know nothing about the game clearly, but I've played so many games with high level OP, and obviously like Magic being the one that kind of gives you that like feel like when you play it at Pro Tour, there's a special flavor there. And the OP announcement,
you're playing Magic today,
sideways to that, right? So like, right. Like, want to get back to the Pro Tour. It's one of my goals for 2025, 2026. But like that, that feeling of like, maybe it's not the floor, maybe there's a carpet. You know what I mean? Maybe the seats feel a little softer because the event itself is just such a premium event, and there's sort of a quietness to those that like the 3,000 person Vegas event will not have. But when you get like a 300 person one that every single person is qualified for, and it's like only, and the first place is like $70,000 or something like that. There's a special flair there. It's actually not even about the money, but it's the fact, like the idea of like this high level competition.
Right.
So if Riftbound has that, I will certainly be really interested in just like the highest level of comp.
Yeah, and I think for those of us who ever played League, the one thing that I got from watching the How to Play was that. With Star Wars, there's nothing like, I feel like I'm playing a Star Wars game. Like, obviously the flavor of Unlimited is crazy, but in Riftbound, you like have a base. You invade the locations. Like, it feels like you're playing League a little bit, which I thought was cool.
Yeah, and also like
as the space ground. But yeah.
One of the, not to go too off the rails into the Riftbound stuff, but in the playtesting, like some of the cards felt like the one that in the game, but Yasuo when my opponent Yasuo'd me, that felt like the Fed. Hi, buddy. Thank you, man.
Yeah, it's the feel, and like there's two
like
locations in Unlimited, Justin, but like there's no locations in like you didn't like grow up playing a video game where like you invaded locations,
Yeah, the Fed Yasuo vibe, like Yasuo felt like a Fed Yasuo that just ran over my team, so that was cool.
Cool. All right, well that's it for us. Thanks for checking out the pod, and what's up to Marshall, and well, we'll be back in 2 weeks with the next episode, and stay tuned to the KTOD Discord for all the run up to Worlds.
Hello.
Hello.
Say bye, guys.
Bye, boys.
See ya. Peace.